Hi there, I take it you've found the video. This is the secret video. On here I'm going to be explaining something that I've never ever heard anybody talk about in so much as a technique. Certainly never seen anybody teach it or heard of people teaching it or read anything that's similar to, a lesson or a way of learning this as a technique and using it. Certainly not using it for meeting women anyway. It's referred to a lot, and what's referred to is, if you've ever heard of somebody, when people describe somebody's really famous, Linford Christie, for instance, who won the Olympic gold medal 100 metres. It was often said that when he walked into a room, it was as if there was this huge presence had arrived. He had a presence that was larger than life, and you hear that a lot about powerful people, wealthy people, famous people, sports people as well, people like Muhammad Ali, and they say they have a presence that's bigger and greater than the person they are in real life. And I'm going to teach you a way of being able to access that and grow it and use it yourself. So when you go into a bar or a club, and when you're around other guys and women, you're going to seem like a larger than life character. That is what's going to take over the room, and it's going to give you a centeredness, a sense of well-being. It's going to give yourself a lot of confidence, and it's going to make you stand out, and people will instantly be aware of you, recognize you, and know you're there, and because of that, women are going to be more attracted to you. So it's a technique. It's a great one to do if you can sit in a nice quiet place and do it, that you don't get anybody disturb you, because we're going to do a little bit of light meditation, so that you get nice and relaxed. And then I'm going to ask you to do a couple of techniques where I'll describe it to you now. What I'm going to have you do is, probably with your eyes closed, imagine yourself and feel yourself in the chair that you're probably sitting at the moment, and then also to then imagine yourself in a different chair. You can be in a chair or laying down or standing even, but somewhere that you can imagine yourself being quite easily. So if it's a chair you sit in quite often, it's quite easy to do that. And if it's nearby you as well, not that it matters, but if you haven't done this kind of thing before, you might want it somewhere nearby you that you can imagine yourself being there quite easily. And then we're just going to imagine that you're going to be starting to grow. So the size, any size you want, but the size of the room, larger than that, the size of the country, it doesn't matter, but I want you to just imagine it as best you can. So I've chosen some nice relaxing music as well. I hope you like it. And what I'll do is I'll turn it up a little bit now, and what I want you to do, just as I'm turning up the music, is take a nice deep breath in. As you let it out, start to relax. Start to sort of forget about any of the stresses you have in your life. As you're listening to me talking, and you're probably watching me at the moment on video, hi. What I want you to do is, as you take another deep breath in this time, as you let it out this time, as you breathe out, I want you to relax again and just close your eyes now. If you can't close your eyes, just imagine them closing. And carry on looking at me, or just fix your eyes, for instance, on the top of your laptop or just at the corner of your computer screen, wherever it is. Just fix your eyes in one position or close them. I want you just to take in another deep breath. As you breathe out, let your shoulders relax a little bit more. Keep on taking in nice deep breaths, and as you let them out, let go of any stresses and strains. Decide to take just 5 minutes to let everything go by. And there may be some noises around you, and you can hear the music. And just let the relaxation go down your arms now. Down your arms. Down your forearms. And even your fingers starting to relax. Feel your body relaxing even more now. Nice and relaxed. I want you to imagine yourself now as you sit there listening to my voice. Notice the feeling underneath your feet of the ground, and your feet weighing down upon the ground. And you can feel your socks or your shoes that you're wearing, or the floor beneath your feet. And you can feel the chair you're sitting in. Hear the music and my voice. What I want you to do now is just imagine that you're sitting or standing in another place. Imagine you're sitting or standing there, and how it might look and how it might feel, and the sounds that you might hear as you stand there or sit there. Just become aware of how that feels and what you're saying to yourself. Then I want you to imagine yourself back in your body as you're sitting here right now listening to my voice, and just become aware of the difference in the feeling. And I want you to once again imagine you're standing or sitting where you were before. And how that feels and how different it feels to you sitting here. And then come back to you sitting here, so you're in your own body, listening to my voice. And keeping your eyes closed or staying in a nice, relaxed state, I want you to start to imagine that your body is starting to grow. A little bit like Alice in the Wonderland, when she drank the potion and all of a sudden started to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger still. And I want you to imagine as if your energy, or your body, or your spirit, or your mind is starting to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I want you to imagine, if you haven't already, this depends on how imaginative you are, depends on intelligence as well, especially how creative you are. I want you to imagine now that if you're not already the size of the room, you're as big as the building that you're sitting in. Imagine you're so big now that you're standing outside and you're towering above the biggest buildings. Imagine that you're growing, and from where you sit, your body's starting to expand outside of the building, across the road into the building next to you, so that people are looking around as your body expands past them. It starts to grow bigger and bigger, all around you, underneath you, to the left, to the right, above you, and behind you. Your body, its presence is taking over everything. Make it as big as you can. Now from there, I want you to very quickly shrink down again into your own body, the size you are. And feel how different that feels. You're your own size in your own body, sitting in front of your computer. Now, you can use that technique. You can listen to this video again, or you can just go off, relax, and start playing around with sitting in different places, or pretending you're sitting in a different place, or standing in a different place. But especially practice that one of feeling bigger and bigger and bigger, and that your energy starts to encompass the whole room, the whole building. And when you go into a bar or a club next time, just stand there for a second, ignore everybody around you, and just practice that feeling of you starting to take over the whole room and then the whole building. And you'll suddenly and surely start to feel different about yourself. You'll have a feeling of centeredness, a feeling of calmness, a feeling of inner well-being, confidence, and an inner strength. Have fun. Go out there. The answer's out. The answer's always out there. I love saying this to people. The answer is always out there. And it can be looking you right in the face sometimes. You don't even know. Enjoy. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.